Hello there. How are ya? Ben Kavanagh here, doing a Q&A on COVID-19. I never really wanted to do this for the channel because at the end of the day, I'm just a standard guy who lived in Wuhan, and that's the only thing that separates me from anyone else. The only reason I have a YouTube channel, well, now, and the only reason Channel 4 were talking to me, I was just there. So everything I'm about to say is just things that you can look up as well. I haven't, like, some of these things I know about already just because I was so in the situation for so long. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of you, like myself, are getting pretty tired of listening to it and so much fake news. So that's kind of what this video will do for anyone who watches it, just to dispel some rumors, answer some questions. A couple of them are a little personal because I've been asked one question a few times, but mostly just to spread, not awareness, everyone's very aware at the moment, more to just kind of answer the questions that people have that, I don't know, the media are presenting it in one way, whereas I'm just a guy who knows a bit about the situation. If you hear meowing, that is Boots. Yeah, alright, Boots. He's good. He's grand. All right, let's just get into it. Let's get into the questions. First question. How much trouble are we actually in? I'm scared people aren't taking this seriously enough. Yes, I agree. I don't think anyone's really taking it seriously enough. I'm making this video at 20 to 8 on... Oh, sorry, Boots wants to get out. He didn't want to get out. He was a liar. I'm making this video at basically 8 o'clock on the 10th of March. So as for the EU, the leaders had a video conference today. The leaders of the EU had a video conference today at 4 p.m. I believe. So a lot of what I'm about to say might be, changed in the next few hours. Tomorrow we'll know a lot more. But I said I'd make the video today and I didn't know they were going to meet at the time I made this video. It doesn't matter. This virus is so contagious. So ridiculously contagious because it is a coronavirus, and a coronavirus can go from the common flu, common cold, which is obviously quite contagious because I'm sure every single person watching this video at one point in their life has had the common cold. The common cold is coronavirus, as is SARS. SARS, that thing that happened in 2002 in China. This is another type of coronavirus. Very contagious. So it's super contagious. The mortality rate is between 2 to 3%, which means out of 100 people that get this virus, 2 or 3 of them will die. That's just the percentage. That's just the percentages of this virus. But if you're looking at this and just thinking, okay, odds are I'm not going to die. I'm healthy, I'm young, whatever. True, but it's still not good to have it. So to not take precautions and to just go about your life the same way is absolutely ridiculous. So 2 to 3% will die, but maybe 10% could have scarring on their lungs, or they might catch pneumonia, would need intensive care in a hospital. If 10% need intensive care, say 100,000 people get infected and 10% need care, that's 10,000 people that need intensive care because this virus affects different people differently. Not just if you're old or have an underlying symptom. There are other things that can happen if you catch this virus. You're more susceptible to other things. So when you say, obviously it's not fatal to a lot of people, but there are still a lot of repercussions that can happen if we don't take this seriously. That's why trying to contain it should have been a priority weeks ago. Meeting now, the European leaders meeting now on the, what did I say, it's the 10th? It's the 10th. I've been out of quarantine for almost a month. There were no cases then, but look now. Look at Europe, look at America, look at the world. Look at the world now. Almost every country, Africa's doing well, but almost every other country in the world, I know Africa's not, almost every other continent in the world has many countries that have definitely confirmed cases. And the thing about it, it's so contagious and the incubation period is so long, which brings me to another question. What do you think about the incubation period of the virus being 27 days? No. The incubation period for this virus is an average of about 6 days. Okay? The way it works is they test hundreds of people, and a lot of them started to show symptoms around day 6. Before day 6, day 4 to day 7, a lot of them start to show symptoms. The 14 days that we went through in quarantine was precaution. It was just to be safe, be on the safe side. There's 100,000 people that are infected, confirmed infected in the world now. If one of them was infected 27 days ago and then started to show symptoms now, then his incubation period was 27 days. Therefore, saying that everyone's can be, that's true, but that's not the average. You can have one outlier, you can have a few outliers, but that's just not the way it works. 99.9% of people will start to show symptoms within 6 days, and the 14 days is just another precautionary thing above that. So I don't think anyone's taking this seriously. Back to the first question. It's been so long since I've been out of quarantine and nothing changed. Nothing has changed for Ireland or England or many other countries. The only thing that's actually changed is Italy. Italy was like, we're not going to take this seriously. Didn't take it seriously. And now the entire country is locked down. 6,000 cases last time I checked, 6,000 confirmed infections and over 400 deaths. So that mortality rate is higher than 2 to 3%. That's a mortality rate of around 15% because they didn't take it seriously. No one, it appears, is taking it seriously. Again, this might change now that the EU leaders are meeting today. But Italy didn't take precautionary measures. Everyone just came in and out of Italy. And this is just Europe. I can't really speak for America. I don't really follow American news too much. But Europe itself, it doomed itself by not taking it seriously before. It's too late now. It's too late. Once your country has it, your country is, it has it. The incubation period is too long. If I have it and I sneeze, if you want to look at something after this YouTube video, look at like YouTube. That's the science experiment where they put black dye into someone's system and then he sneezes, and then you can see where the sneeze goes, and it's so far and it's so wide. One sneeze could infect so many people, and that's just a sneeze. If it's just on your hands already from touching your face, and you touch other people's hands and then you touch your own face, it spreads like wildfire. So once it's in your country, the confirmed cases are not an indication of how many people have it. The confirmed cases have taken a week to be confirmed. First you have to show symptoms, then you have to go to the doctor, then the doctor has to confirm that it's coronavirus, it's COVID-19. In that time, that person has been spreading it to more people. They have been spreading it to more people. And before you know it, you're in the hundreds and thousands. I'm not trying to be a fearmonger right now. I'm not saying, oh my God, let's all panic. But you have to take it more seriously. To answer another question, toilet paper. Toilet paper. When it comes to the panic buying, I think people are just really afraid of this. And as I was just saying, this needs to be taken seriously. You need to take precautions. That's why, even though it spread so rapidly in China, the numbers now are dwindling for infections. They took it seriously. They took their precautions. They put on their masks when they were infected. And the panic buying was never a thing in China. People got what they needed and they stocked up at the time. Panic buying 17,000 rolls of toilet paper for, I don't know what you think might happen if you're going to be locked inside for 3 months. Toilet paper is one of the many, many things you'll need if that's the case. That won't happen. But I don't think people are psychologically equipped to deal with what's happening. And I think there's a lot of fear mongering going on in the news. And that's not what I'm trying to do here. The panic buying is out of control, and people should take a minute to think logically about the situation. Don't overreact, but take your precautions. If you can buy hand sanitizer, buy hand sanitizer. I think people were tased and attacked in France and Australia and America for toilet paper. Of all the things, just take a minute to think the situation through And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Try and find the middle ground between panicking and doing nothing. The middle ground where you think things through and just carry on. We can't just shut down. That's not going to happen for now anyway. But things need to change. The people's reaction to this is not ideal. Should you stay at home or continue with life? Vacation in a week, don't want to miss it. Your vacation's probably going to be cancelled, I'll be honest. I mean, I'm in Ireland right now. I plan on going to England next week, but I don't even know if flights will be available then. I don't think they should be. I don't think public transport, the way it's going right now, it's just going to help spread the virus. Don't just stay at home and self-isolate unless you have to. I would say take precautions. Don't go out for no reason. Don't just go out for a walk anymore. Try and stay in as much as possible, because it's impossible to know who has this until it's too late. By the time you find out someone you know has it, you're more than likely to have it as well. So stay in as much as possible would be my advice there. Again, not to be scaring you. That is a precaution that needs to be taken by a lot of people, including myself. I've been going out with friends, not the smartest thing to do. Whether people take these precautions or not, it's up to them. But that's my advice. Stay inside as much as you can. I'm not saying stay inside completely and just stop living your life. Just don't go outside whenever you feel like it, just because you can. A lot of people are going to be infected very soon. A lot. It will be all around your country very soon. In every little town and city, someone will have it and they will spread it to others. It's already here, so it's here to stay. Just take your precautions. And one of the precautions is going outside less. It's impossible for you to get it if you stay at home. Do I think the outbreak will become more significant in Europe because people don't wear masks? Yes, but also no. Because in Asian culture, you're brought up being taught that if you're sick, you put on a mask so you don't spread it. That's what the mask does. The mask doesn't really stop you from being infected. The mask is to stop the spread of infection if you're infected. The mask is there to stop an infected person from spreading it further. It's not really to stop you from being infected if you're not already infected. To answer another question, people asking what's the best mask to get? The N95 mask. It actually has a filter. Surgical masks do the job as well. Not as well. They have to be thrown out after each day. You can't reuse masks. But the N95 is definitely the best. That would help to stop you being infected, but masks are mainly for stopping the spread of the infection, not to stop you getting infected. So both yes and no to that question. Will Europe get worse because we don't wear masks? Yes, because the infected people won't be wearing masks and they'll be spreading it, and then no one else is wearing a mask, so it won't stop them being infected either. So yeah, but it's contagious anyway. Everyone in China wore a mask, and obviously there's 100,000 cases confirmed there now. So the masks do help, but they can only do so much. Again, look at that video of the sneeze and just look at everything that would be touched by a sneeze. If someone sneezed on a bus, buses, as we know, are already disgusting, but now they're, getting dangerous. Do I think the virus is overrated or underrated? I think the media are trying to make it a good story, because obviously I, like you, am very sick of hearing about it. Just quick tangent, I had a dream about it the other night. I don't dream very much, and I had a dream that I was infected and spread it to all my friends, because this has been just surrounding me for... Obviously, I'm quite lucky to never have been infected. That answers a few other questions. I was never infected. I don't think... If you look at what they're saying, they're not saying it's scary and lethal. Everybody knows that the mortality rate is 3%, but it is so contagious. So in that sense, it's not overrated. It's not really underrated. I think they're reporting it as well as they should be, considering that it's global and it's been global for a while. I think they're just trying to get a good story out of it, but that's the media, they'll do that with anything. That's the kind of another reason I didn't want to do this. I don't want this to be like clickbaity thing, but I mean, it is basically, isn't it? Because it's coronavirus and it's a hot topic. The only reason I'm doing this is because people were asking me questions anyway. So hopefully this helps people to stop, myths and stuff like that. Here's a couple of questions answered as well. Can you get the virus if you've already had it? And are you more susceptible to getting the virus if you've already had it? You can get it again. You can get it twice. You can be very unlucky. You can get it, recover, and get it again. That doesn't make you more susceptible. If anything, you're a bit more immune. You have antibodies. In a way, it's kind of like a vaccine getting it once, but obviously you can get it again. And like I said, there are other things that can come of the virus. The virus itself might not kill you, but it might leave scarring on your lungs for the rest of your life. Having pneumonia is not a walk in the park. So yeah, it would be unlucky to get it twice, but it's not impossible. You can do it. Hello there. Just to add a bit to the video, the Q&A. There were just so many questions yesterday, and I feel like I barely skimmed the surface. I don't think the video is good enough to answer. I feel like it doesn't answer any questions at all. I hope it does for some people, but I just feel like there's so much information and false information out there. I don't really feel like I accomplished what I wanted to with that video, so this is just a bit of a, not a disclaimer, just more of a, I'll probably make a couple more to add to that. And if your question isn't answered, because it was quite long, I was doing it for about maybe over an hour, it'll be split into a few different parts. So if your question isn't answered in the first couple of parts, or the first part, then it probably will be in the next part. Just wanted to add that little part in. More personally, I'm in the train station, about to head up to Northern Ireland. So yeah, looking forward to that. I'll let you know how it goes.